Juggernaut, baby. Let's fucking go. I got it, brother. Let's fucking go, dude. With a P90, actually. What's up, guys? Raznon here. I hope everyone had an excellent holiday season. I certainly did. Christmas was nice, and New Year's Eve was fun as well. I went out with a couple of friends of mine, including Tanner, the guy I play with all the time. So the next morning, I was relatively hungover, as we all were, and Tanner and I wanted to just get a few games in before we went to go eat lunch or something. So I didn't fire up the stream because I wasn't planning on being on very long, and oops, I dropped the nuke. So unfortunately, I wasn't live streaming at the time, but luckily I have this thing with NVIDIA where I can retroactively record up to 20 minutes. So I was able to record the entire gameplay. And for today's video, I want to go over that recording with some commentary, why I made certain decisions, why I played the way I did, and all of that stuff. However, I'd like to say that most of the decision making that went into getting a nuke was actually preparatory. So it was like the class setup, the attachments, the gun, things like that. It had a lot less to do with decisions I made in the game, although there were, of course, elements of that, which I'm going to go over. But a lot of it was setting up the right class beforehand to get the nuke with. And if you wanted to see me live, ask me questions, get a chance to see me drop a nuke on stream, you can find me at twitch.tv/Raznon. It's the same name as my YouTube channel. I'm very interactive with my chat, so if you wanted to pop by there, ask me questions, tell me what's up, tell me I'm a dumb piece of then you're more than welcome to do that. Link to that is in the description. So this match took place on Gunrunner. It was 10v10 domination, and I started the game off actually using a shotgun because I was just kind of messing around, whatever. Just kind of, like I said, I was hungover. I didn't expect to do well. I just wanted to kind of troll, have some fun, get a couple silly games in. I did cut out the voices from this video because I was off stream and Tanner's liable to say some TOS phrases when we're not streaming, so I just cut it all out. Regardless, this will be enjoyable, hopefully. So anyway, I'm using the shotgun here. Nothing's really happening. I'm gonna die a couple times and then get frustrated and then switch to a real class. One of the things you will notice when I get into the real class is that I have specialist. And I think that is far and away the best way to get nukes is with specialist, because once you get your specialist bonus, you have every perk in the game and it doesn't go away until you die. So if you're going for a nuke, it basically doesn't go away until you get that nuke. And that's obviously super helpful. So even if you're running like UAV and advanced UAV and you want to go for a nuke with that, well, the UAV only lasts 30 seconds. The advanced UAV only lasts a minute. So once that UAV is over, you're not getting any benefit from your kill streaks toward getting the nuke. Whereas with specialist, having every perk is always going to help you. And you'll see what I mean by that once I switch classes. I think it's right here. I'm going to get sniped. And then I said something like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm going to the P90. So now I'm using a P90. This sequence is insane, so I just want to kind of bring attention to that. That aim was terrible. C4, blap, come in here, kill that guy, switch to the secondary. Couldn't believe I didn't hit that. And again, like, I'm using the deagle here because I certainly was not planning on doing even well, and I didn't do well there, by the way. And I was trying to just level up my secondary since all my primary attachments are done. So I come back in here. They still have A, so I know there's going to be people here. Nice little triple there. And now I have specialist bonus. The reason I started going for a nuke at this point, number one, all my primary weapon attachments are finally done. So I decided I could start trying hard or sweating, which is why I'm even using a good class at all to begin with rather than trying to level a gun. And number two is obviously because once I have specialist bonus, instead of like having just earned advanced UAV, I'd have 1 minute of benefit. But now that I have specialist bonus, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I have every perk in the game. Let's get this nuke. Let's continue watching. Importantly, you'll notice I'm using stim shot and claymore And when you get specialist, you have every perk, including restock. The reason I'm using stim is because with restock, I'm always going to have that heal available, which is fantastic. And that really increases your survivability. And then you also have EOD, quick fix, battle harden. These things help your survivability too. So once I've gotten those kills and I feel like I can actually move, I'm going to go to a spot where I can camp my little heart out until I get the nuke. And this is the building. I don't leave this building again until I get this nuke. Come in here, chase two hares, you catch neither. Make sure you aim at one person when you see groups like that instead of panicking like I did. But I know they're at C, so I'm just looking out, trying to get some kills. Another thing with specialist is you get one of the perks, because you get them all. One of them is tune-up, which increases the recharge rate of your field upgrade, and I have stopping power. That's super important because with a P90, which is the gun I'm using, which I don't recommend, by the way. I was using this on a goof because Tanner was like, oh, I'm leveling up a P90, use it too. You won't, right? So I was like, okay, well, of course I will. I'm not going to be challenged by it like that, right? So I'm using the P90, but stopping power is good for that gun and pretty much anything with high fire rate, little recoil, low damage. Because if you put on stopping power on a P90, look at this mollywop, blap, and I'm going to be recharging claymores. That's why claymore is so good. You can instantly detonate it. But the reason the P90 is good with stopping power is because its only weakness really is its terrible damage. But since I'm getting stopping power so often because of specialist, I can have it up a lot. And then the gun has no weaknesses. It's just insane. So an SMG, high fire rate, low recoil with stopping power as your field upgrade. Once you have specialist bonus, you're going to have that up all the time. It's going to make it way easier to get a nuke. Another thing you'll notice is I'm using the 5 milliwatt laser. That actually is good for nukes too, because you're going to notice I'm going to get quite a few hip fire kills because I panic and then just start spraying from the hip. And because I have that 5 milliwatt laser and super high hip fire accuracy, I'm able to get those kills. If you're like me and you start getting nervous and panicking when you're close to the nuke, having good hip fire accuracy is going to help. So you might want to consider that. And again, like I said, I'm camping in here the whole goddamn game. Sitting in here, looking out one window or door, looking out another door, looking out the third door. That's it. And I'm keeping an eye on the UAV or on the mini map. Luckily, Tanner was able to feed me quite a bit of UAVs here, so I kind of knew where people were. Now I'm on at 20, so I need 10 more kills. And look how low the score is. I have plenty of time to get 10 kills. I can just stay in here. Got some more stopping power. Go to a safe area, equip that stopping power, keep banging it out. By the way, if you have Claymore or C4, which I strongly recommend you use, if you throw it and then you double tap the use button, so let's say you press F to pick up a gun, throw the C4 and then you double tap F and it'll automatically detonate. You won't have to pull out the switch. C4 is really insanely good for that reason. You don't have to wait to cook it like a frag grenade, and you also don't have to put up with the annoying beeping noise that a Semtex gives, in which time all the enemies just scurry. So C4 is great lethal equipment, and I strongly recommend it. Here we go. Case in point right here, mollywop, nice little double. So that's 2 popcorns I've gotten from C4 in this playlist. If I had a frag, I would have had to have waited to cook it and plant it on C. By that time, the enemies could have been gone. They could have been killed by my teammates. But because I have C4, I can mollywop it, instantly detonate it, and then I get the double kill before they leave or before my teammates clean it up. So it's fantastic. And because I have restock, because of specialist, it's recharging. I'm always going to have C4s on deck. Now I'm getting really close. I'm getting super nervous and just staying in the same spot, staying in a nice safe location. Looking out again. Again, I'm relying on Tanner to hopefully get me some UAVs. I've already gotten one. I know where they're coming from. See, what you should notice from this gameplay is that I'm not like to get specialist, I made some pretty good plays and I had some good aim and all that, whatever. But from there on out, I just camped. Like, that's all it takes, you know? By the way, that last kill before this one on C, all hip fire. That's why the 5 milliwatts awesome for getting a nuke. Because I'm panicking, I'm nervous, I want to get the nuke so bad. So I'm too afraid to ADS, so I just hip fire him and I get the kill. And it's pretty easy. Again, I wouldn't recommend you use a P90 to get a nuke. I would recommend a better gun, an MP7, an M4, an MP5, a Bison. These are all better options than a P90. Like I said, I only use the P90 really on a goof because Tanner basically dared me to. And then boom, there's the nuke. So the main thing you should take away from this is that almost none of this gameplay was anything you yourself can't do as an average player. The vast majority of this, once I got specialist, was camp and have a good class setup that allows me to get a nuke. I had stopping power on a high fire rate, low recoil gun. I used specialist, which is super important. And then I camped in a good spot and just killed people as they came or as they tried to cap C. That's all it really takes. I used C4, which is the best lethal equipment. I used stim shot, which is by far the best tactical, especially when you have specialist, because you're restocking those stims over time and you're always going to have a stim shot when you need one. And then also, you can't overlook how good specialist is, because having every perk, you always have a benefit. Having tracker is insane. I was able to see that munitions box for when I got my first double kill with the C4. That's how I knew people were up there. So then I mollywop a C4 up there. Boom, double kill. There are all these little benefits. Quick fix keeps you more survivable. Amped, so you can mollywop those C4s more quickly. And then your hands are back on your gun, ready to start shooting other people. It's far more valuable than any kill streak you can possibly get for getting you a nuke. So I'll show the class setup I was using for you guys right here. Once again, do not recommend the P90. Use a better gun. MP7, MP5, Bison, M4, Kilo. There are plenty of better guns to use than a P90, certainly. But I think an MP7 for the stopping power strategy is probably best because it has an insane fire rate, terribly little recoil. And once you have that specialist up, you're just going to be constantly feeding stopping power rounds into that gun and no one's going to stand a chance. But the specialist perks I'm using, I would recommend to anyone. I've got EOD, I've got hardline, and what that does when you have specialists, it makes it so you need one less kill for every one of those perks and one less kill for your specialist bonus. You only need one kill with hardline to get your first perk. I've set that as ghost so I don't get ambushed by kids with UAV. The second perk at 3 kills I have as restock, because by that time I might have gone through one or both of my stims. Now I'm already getting those resupplied. I'm basically always going to have a stim with this class. And then perk 5 is quick fix, or perk 3, excuse me, is quick fix. And that increases your survivability for when a stream of people are coming to you. You get that first kill, you're going to start healing or be done healing by the time the second guy gets there. It's all designed to increase your survivability, because once you start this streak, you don't want to die, obviously. So now you have all this survivability that just keeps stacking. And then once you get the specialist bonus, you have max survivability and max kill potential because of tune-up and all those other things that I was talking about. So the perk setup I used here with specialist, I strongly do recommend you use. It's just the gun that I would not use. Don't use a P90. It's not good. It also helps if you can play with a friend. I was playing, like I said, with my friend Tanner. He's second place on the leaderboard. Far and away did better than everyone else in the lobby. Besides me, obviously, because I'm better than him. And he was feeding me a lot of UAVs. He actually had advanced UAV set as a kill streak, but he isn't quite good enough to get them. And he certainly wasn't in this match. So unfortunately, he couldn't do that. He's not a true bro, but he's enough of a bro to have fed me quite a few UAVs. And even though other players will have Ghost and I won't see every other enemy on the map, having a UAV will at least tell me where they're spawning. So that's super helpful, because if I know there are a bunch of red dots at A, well, I might not see every red dot at A, but I know that the enemy team is spawning at A. So I need to focus my attention in that direction. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you were unimpressed, because what that means is you don't have to have impressive gameplay to get a nuke. And spoiler alert, you really don't. Here's the evidence right here. All of the hard work went into planning out the class setup, the field upgrade, the specialist perks. After that, play normally, have fun, and then once you get a specialist bonus, go into nuke mode, where, okay, I have a real high chance of getting a nuke here. Now that I have specialist bonus, let me camp it up. And then go to a room and camp, just like I did. Be shameless. Get your nuke, King. I believe in you. Once again, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Razanon. It is the same name as this YouTube channel or this Facebook page, or wherever you found this video. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys think. If you hated the video, thumbs down it. If you enjoyed it, a thumbs up would be great. I only make Call of Duty multiplayer content on this channel, so if you want more videos like this and other tips, tricks, guides, etc., consider subscribing, and I hope you have an excellent day. Thank you for watching, young kings, and as always, remember, stay humble. Oops.